Hi, guys. Okay, hang on here.
Good morning.
Oh, good. Somebody's here. Okay. I'm glad somebody, this is the first time I'm doing it on my phone, so.
Good morning, Claudine.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
I'm showing you, isn't this riveting content right here, a sign? Can you see it?
Claudine. Good morning.
Let's see. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Claudine, how's Ferris?
It's wonderful. It got really windy all of a sudden. I wish I could see the little
That's
picture
part
bigger.
of Henri.
Can you guys see the fountain?
Beautiful.
Yes, gorgeous.
Well, I was really hoping it was going to be open, but it is not. But the flowers are new in the last few days. So, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
you.
good. I had my, let's see. Oh, wait, let's see if everybody's pretty. It's very windy. But yeah, they just added the flowers in the last few days. It looks pretty good though. It's very white. It's very white. I would think it's good. It opens up pretty soon though. Give everybody a minute to get here. We have everybody here. So yeah, I'm in the, of course, you guys all know where this is. I decided to start up here today so you guys could see the fountain, how it's looking. It's been nice and warm all day. We had rain for like a minute and then it was over. And I had gimbal disasters. Or I shouldn't say disaster, it just wasn't working. It would only work if I kept it plugged in, and that wasn't going to really help us. Oh, running into the fence. So yeah, they added the pretty flowers. They've got water in there. It just needs some of the little rocks and then it should be done. Of course, the sign says it was supposed to be done in June. But you know, this year is definitely has had its ups and downs, we shall say. All righty. Yeah, it's very windy. Let's see. My hair is all over the place. But it is really nice out. Let's see, more people are coming in. It's a lot easier to do this when I'm on my computer, guys. Oops. All righty. What was that? Did somebody say they can't see anything or they can see everything? I can't see anything. Susan, it should be on my feed. Can you guys all see? Because Kate's not here. So it's just me. So you guys should all be able to see. Can you see it? Okay. Sometimes, Susan, if you go out and come back in, sometimes that helps.
Okay. Yeah, I can see.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Look, there's wildlife, guys. It's wooden. But it's quite, it's August, so it's very quiet here. in Paris. There's lots of things that are closed. I went out this morning. I made a video this morning that I still have quite a few videos I've been making and I still need to post. But it was Sunday mornings in Paris are always quiet anyway, but it was very quiet and lovely. I love walking around on Sunday mornings. I went into Saint-Sulpice. And we're gonna head down. We're gonna head down into all the way down to the water. Of course, we're in the Jardin de Luxembourg. Sorry about that. And of course, this week is the 77th anniversary of the liberation of Paris, August 19th to the 24th of 1944. And right here, if you could see, in between the first and second pillar, there are bullet holes, and those are left over from the liberation. There's even a marking on there. I'll go down here so I don't get run over. There's even markings. There's even a etched onto the stone that's what it was for. I love that they leave all these things here so that everybody could see it. It's very strange too. Usually I'm doing this at 8 a.m. and it's 5 p.m. here. So it was a little different knowing that I had the whole day instead of getting up and doing it. A nice person let me through. So I'll go up here. These we've walked through before. These are like the oldest and remaining gas lights that are in the city of Paris. Hopefully, I'm using my little teeny tiny tripod, so hopefully this works for you guys. You see, Libération de Paris. Those are some huge, deep, I mean, those are like direct hits. And as you can see, Phyllis, Au Petit Suisse is closed. I wanted to go for a salad the other day. Sadly, they are still not open. Pretty much all of my favorites, but Comptoir and Brez Cafe are closed. Comptoir, Le Bon Comptoir, I have not gone to yet, believe it or not. See how cute? Because all my guys are gone until this week. There is a great hotel right here. I have a client staying here. Here it is up here, the Senat. And it looks fantastic inside. The rooms look really great too. And it's not that expensive. Here with the gray sign. Got some like amazing views inside from the rooms. Check that out if you're looking for a place to stay. Here's a, you know, we love the plaques. We're going to see quite a few of them today because we're going to look for some of the liberation ones. Hope it doesn't start to rain. You guys are going to love this little cafe on the corner. I might have to come back and check it out. I'll get up here. It's all these platforms everywhere you go. Look how cute this place is. I don't know if I've ever noticed it with all of the cute ivy hanging down. Look. Look how cute it is. And it's on the ancien Rue Monsieur de Passe, which is where Charles Aznavour actually lived, in the building to the right of the red one. And Polydor is down there, of course, from Midnight of Paris. I wouldn't bother going there to eat. I've eaten there twice. It's really not, it was not great either time. And they only take cash. So make sure if you are going to go, you know that in advance. There's the Sorbonne. That is the church. That is where Cardinal Richelieu is buried. It's open the third weekend in September. So just come over now for that. That's my favorite. I haven't even decided. I forgot my file in Portland with the booklet from 2 years ago with all the names. So here is a plaque for Robert Jacques Ube. He was killed. He was actually a 5th arrondissement leader of one of the battalions here. And he ended up getting injured on the 21st of August in gunfire right here. And he died the next day at Val de Grace. So I love that some people come and bring the flowers. Oh, and it's from the mayor of Paris. So I haven't noticed any on the other ones today. But this one, it was like today's the 22nd. 23 years old. Pretty sad. So of course we're gonna head down the Boulevard Saint-Michel, or the Boulevard Saint-Mich, as we call it. There's lots of places that are empty. You can see the Cluny, of course, is down here. So it's to reopen next year. Let's see. I have to keep, sorry. I had it so that I didn't have to admit you, but if people logged in early, it started recording it. And I was back at the apartment, and so I had to turn that off. So I have to keep an eye on people. So the liberation kind of started August 15th, outside of just outside of Paris. The resistance fighters were starting to gather around, plotting to come into the city to get rid of the Germans. And so they started a few days before. They tried to get Eisenhower to back them. He didn't really feel like there was a use or an importance to saving Paris at the time. He didn't think it really needed to be saved. Not that it wasn't worthwhile, but I guess he didn't think it was maybe in as much danger. Of course, you had Hitler, who wanted it actually destroyed. And he had said, you know, his famous words was, "Is Paris burning?" He did not want it to fall into the enemy's hands unless it was basically a pile of debris. But then, of course, we all know Dietrich von Trollitz. He was the German, kind of the head German here in Paris. He was told to destroy it. He ignored those orders. And he, for a long time, he even wrote a book trying to claim himself being the savior to save Paris. And that might not have been exactly accurate, but he could have at least, he could have destroyed it, and he didn't. So I don't know if we want to really give him a gold medal for saving it, but we could give him a bronze for not destroying it. How about that? These places I get into lots of trouble in. The Gilbert Joseph, because they sell some used books. Now we're now right across from the Cluny. The bathhouse is there. You can see everything. It's busy as far as cars. This is a busier part of the city, of course. But it is, now you have to have a health pass on your phone or your card. I was able to get the QR code the day they announced you able to do that on your email and get it. I was able to get that like 10 hours later, upload it. But now I'm hearing it's taking a week, if not longer. I know somebody that did it on the 12th. They still don't have it yet. So it's 10 days. So that's not great. But if you did come and you're not able to get the QR code in time, the Hotel Dieu was a place that people were having success with, but now they won't do Americans. It literally changes every day. So you never know. Now, of course, we are at Boulevard Saint-Michel and Boulevard Saint-Germain. Over here on this wall, you have Robert Bottin. He, in 1924, enlisted and became a peacemaker, was his role with the Paris police. And so then when World War II started, of course, he jumped in. He was the brigadier of the Guardians of the Peace. He ended up getting injured right here and died the next day on the 20th. But I love that they have these, but no flowers. No flowers for Robert. I guess we should have brought some with us. But here, you see, it's a really lovely day, sunny. It's been quite nice out. I'll wait so I don't get run over. They call this intersection the Crossroads of Death because it was basically where a lot of the German tanks would come down. A lot of them would come in to the Port d'Italie, which is up in the 14th, which is where the Liberation Museum of Paris is, which is fantastic. It just reopened. It moved and reopened. I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was in 2019 for the 75th anniversary. It's a fantastic museum. You should check it out if you haven't been before. And they came down here, so this is like a huge crossroads for when they were coming in. So that's why this area was such a huge strategic spot, because the Germans were coming in here, and they were basically on the 19th and 20th. They were cutting down trees, pulling up cobblestones, and those grates, those really beautiful kind of cathedral arch grates that they had around the trees, which right now they don't have any right here. But they pulled them all up, created barricades for them to jump over. Oh, let's check this out. This is where they had one of those wonderful bookstores they closed. But look at this artist he painted. Pichabot. It's very, and there's a Miguel on the side too. I had to come over here the other day as soon as I arrived to go to the Orange store. I didn't think my SIM card was working, but it was user error. Look how pretty that is. They're going to take you down the side street where it's a little quieter. It's going to go close to where Donna Carroll always get to stay, giving out your secrets, Donna Carroll. And I stayed in a place on this street too. Here's yet another movie theater. It's a great little there. when I stayed in the street, I visited that one frequently. Stocked up on my yogurts, grandma's chocolate. It's this cute little street. I stayed in that building with the red door, which is building.
Keep in mind, it's Sunday morning. There's not a lot going on Sunday morning. It's 8 o'clock. It's Sunday morning.
So here, I stayed in this building right here, in this apartment on the first French floor. And one night, in the middle of the night, I heard something that sounded like dripping. And it had these huge, like gigantic, like 18-inch by 18-inch beams going through it in the bathroom and through the apartment. And there was literally water dripping from the center of the beam. It was, of course, I didn't sleep much after that. And then I used every pot and pan and every towel I could find for it. And when I called to let them know, because it was on a Saturday night, on Sunday, they were like, pas possible. They said it is, c'est dommage. So that was great. I had to come back like 3 times during the day and empty out the water. And then I had to ask them for more towels, and they tried to charge me for the towels. And I wasn't very pleased about that. So it's not available on Airbnb anymore. But I would love to walk down the street because look at this building in front of us. So, so pretty. And it is part of the Sorbonne.
That's the
And
university, Sorbonne.
if you, this is Rue d'Antin, and if you take this, you cut right up into Odeon. You see how all my things, see how where all I stay, it always leads back to one place. So this place seems to be quite hopping though, Dawn and Carol. It's your apartment, maybe because they have a rooftop bar, which I need to go check out. Maybe that's what the line's for.
Yeah, I mean, she can if I chat with her, like and do my microphone.
So here is this building right here.
So remember when we were in the Latin
This
Quarter?
building right here
you,
was part of the Liberation.
Straight ahead with the Sorbonne, and to the right where Notre Dame is.
Okay.
That's where she is. She can change her name.
And what's that place called?
So this building right
Or
here,
what?
it's on the corner of Rue d'Antin.
Lemeray.
On August 24th, a lone Frenchman was up here on the 5th floor, the 5th French floor, and he had a machine gun up there. And the Germans were all over here. Because they were on the island, they were shooting into the bridge, shooting over, coming over through here on trucks. And they ended up, this one French guy is up here in this building on the corner of the Saint-André, firing down at them. Another German ends up going into the building. He tries to get him, but more of the French fighters came behind him, ended up shooting him, the Germans, killing him. But he was just hiding up there in the window right here on the corner, had this perfect dance spot for everyone. And you just see, I mean, it really does. It goes, look right down into here. This is like tourist central around here. So we're coming up to here's the grapes. They pulled up all of these guys, trees, cobblestones, anything they could to create these barriers in this whole area. If you guys need some cigars. So here we have another plaque for Louis Denon. He died here he was of the 6th arrondissement. He died here on the 19th of August, 1944. He ended up jumping on the side of a truck, shooting inside, shooting the driver. There's 2 occupants in the truck with him. He shot at the second one. Then the third one saw him, shot at him, ended up killing him. But he ended up killing the driver and the other passenger. And the truck blocked the way, ended up blocking the way for any of the Germans to get through. But around here, you have tons and tons of these plaques. Raymond Boisson died on the 20th.
Oh,
It's really sad when you see some of these and they say that they were like, 27 years old. I came by here early this morning and it was a great time to come through here because there wasn't anybody here. Because sometimes there's a little rock concert or something going on out here. Or you see here's when he's 21 years old. Robert Gauthier, who's a student. Very sad. But they will have like a guy here with his boombox doing like dance lessons. So if you guys do come here and you need a test, there are little tents like this set up in areas that have like a lot of restaurants, or even outside, like outside the Louvre has 2 tents outside the Louvre where you could go in and get your antigen test and get results in 15 minutes. So of course, you all know what this is, the gorgeous Fontaine Saint-Michel. There he is.
That's the church
Playing the demon.
The church.
A lot of
the
times
Saint
we
Michel.
depict it as a snake. But
You know
this
that
time,
book,
he's
Angels and
actually a
Demons.
demon.
Angels and Demons
Yeah.
by Dan Brown. A lot of the elements.
So they
were-
have these dragons
this.
here on the side. The statue was originally they were going to have it out here in the middle of the square, and then Hostman said no, we want it up against the building. So it was then designed and stuck up against the building. And Gabriel Davio is the one who designed it. He also designed the Trocadero. He's also the same guy that saved the Lita and the Swan fountain that you could find on the back of the Fontaine de Médicis up there in the Jardin de Luxembourg that we saw. He's the one who saved that and had it put there. But it's all different. Jacquemart did the dragons that are here. They're pretty fierce. The one here on the left doesn't want to spit any water. And then up at the very top, you have prudence, power, justice, and temperance looking out over. And then, of course, you have the Seal of Paris up there. You also have the Seal of Paris just right above Saint Michel. But this is a huge space that was just getting, annihilated, this whole area, as I said, during the liberation. And so these 2 dragons are actually in remembrance to them from the 19th to the 25th of August. So it is pretty cool. It's nice when the water's flowing. That last time, one time, I think a few months ago or something, somebody had, I don't know what they poured in it, but it was running red, which is a little creepy. But you can see actually on him, if you look up there, between his, like in his third webbing from the top, you see a bullet hole. There's one, another one on one of his feathers. There's a nick on his leg. But they both
They left
have,
all the bullets from the liberation.
they both have a ton of markings left on them.
They didn't repair any of them.
If you could see. Look at that. Look how pretty of a day it is.
I've been very lucky today. When it rained for about a minute was about the only rain since I got here. When before that, it's basically rained all summer long. So they've had nothing but rain this entire time. She's really got her stance down there. So we're gonna head over. To the
Yeah,
Université.
yeah.
And then,
I like it.
Yeah.
oh. I'm not very good about obeying the crosswalks. I usually just go if it's like now. It's red, but we're gonna go anyway. Here, of course, this is where one of the cafes once was that Hemingway wrote about in Movable Feast, where he said that he saw the girl in the window and he sat here and wrote about her. So yeah, the QR code deal, it's very easy. I have it actually on my lock screen on my phone. So you, on that shortcut notification thing, so you just slide it over. And if you guys are coming and need help on how to do that, let me know, I'll tell you. But so it's just really easy. As soon as I walk in any place, I just have it ready. I have gone to a few places that haven't asked for it, and then I have watched them not ask anybody for it. So, oh, hey, look who's here. They haven't asked anybody for it. Some restaurants, they're pissed off about it basically, and so they are just not doing it. But I've only had that happen once where I saw that happen. I've gone to places where they know me, so they haven't asked for it. I doubt they'll ask me every single time it comes. Here is Our Lady. We can walk over there since we have time. Because that is where, did any of you guys see the movie Paris is Burning? Not the one about the drag queens. There's two movies. I think they're both called Paris is Burning. It's a documentary. And so if you're in this building, behind that stinking sign, there's huge bullet holes here as well. This is part of the courthouse because surgery. Of course, this is where Saint-Chapelle is as well. But you can see one big marking to the right of that window. And then there's a bunch of them behind that sign. I did have some Betsy on ice cream yesterday. Some salted caramel, and it was delicious. I was on Ile Saint Louis, and I was very sad because the place I always go to get my duck confit. I usually go there on my first day. I did not this time. I went there on day 6, and they don't have it on the menu anymore. I was quite upset. So I've yet to head back to and I left a week ago. I literally feel like I've been here for 3 weeks already. Partially because I filled my day with so much stuff, but also just because I'm just so happy to be here. But I'm really happy even more so that it's going slow. So look at the light, the shading from the trees here. So that's where you go into Saint-Chapelle. So this is where on the back of the prefecture. And look at that. So pretty. But the prefecture was where huge moments took place. Of course, Choletski on the 25th of August he basically was turning himself in. They were surrendering. He was at the Hotel Maurice. They ended up bringing him here to the prefecture. See, we have one of my favorite oars, historic. We have a little plaque up here that was on the 60th anniversary of the liberation by Monsieur Jacques Ube. He was ended up being brought here. Then he was taken up to the Germain, which is where Leclerc had his office set up and where he formally turned himself in. He was then a prisoner for years. And then that's when he wrote a book about how he saved Paris. But over here, of course, this is the courthouse. I realize we've done the La Cité, but we haven't done this side. Do you guys want to go to Notre Dame, or do you want to go the other way to Place Dauphine? Like, choose your own adventure. Let me know. Either is fine with me. That is like seriously one of the most gorgeous gates in the whole city. Notre Dame, we got a Notre Dame vote. Notre Dame, Notre Dame, Notre Dame. Okay, so you guys want to go to Notre Dame? We'll go to Notre Dame, if you insist. I've gone by there a couple times. I think I posted the video I made from there. And they used to have this like little gift shop kiosk thing. And I wanted to go in there and get a Notre Dame rosary because I never did that, even though I'm not Catholic. I just want one. And they don't have it anymore. I'm sure they probably took it down with COVID. But yesterday I went into the crypt below because they have this exhibit that is for, it's about Vie the Duc and Victor Hugo and how they saved Notre Dame. It was very interesting. They, at first, when I went in, I think there is a small ticket fee to get in. I use my handy dandy press pass, which is great because you don't have to pay for anything. But they were like, oh, you have the VR. And I was like, the what? I was like, okay, whatever. Sat down. It was this virtual reality thing. You have to put this like eye mask kind of thing on, where basically like everything on your face practically but your eyes are covered, to put on this virtual reality headset. And you put it on and I couldn't see anything. It wasn't working. And the people next to me were like spinning around in a circle. And I just pretended I was doing that. And then after about a minute, I was like, Messi. She was like, oh, it is not finished. And I was like, oh, I'm good. Look at this one's really fancy. Let's see. That one's very pretty. But yeah, so I didn't see what this virtual reality thing was all about. Didn't work. But you haven't been down there before. It's really interesting. It's basically what they discovered when they were tearing it up in the 60s to make a parking lot. They discovered all of these ruins underneath of the former churches that were there. And so when you go underneath, it's really cool. They have like also on the top in the pavé, there's little markers of where different streets used to be. And so underneath you have the same thing. But it shows like where the bathhouse was and like the changing rooms. It's really interesting. But they have plaques explaining all of this stuff about Vie the Duc and also Victor Hugo's book. They have it in English and French. So you could kind of check it all out. So this is the Hotel Dieu. And if you go in there, you'd be really sneaky, and I'll show you guys the door. I put it in the video I made, but you could go inside there and get kind of a nice little sneaky peek of Notre Dame. And you could kind of see in the upper left window, you can see the staircase, but it's really creepy in there because it is a huge hospital. It used to be, it's the oldest hospital in Paris. It used to take up all of this area right here, all the way over onto the left bank, clear over to that side. So it had a ton of space, but then over time, it was obviously rebuilt and cut down in size. But I don't think they're clearly not using it all, because when you go on this side of it, you go up to the top, it's kind of like you feel like you're in a Stephen King horror movie at any moment, because it's so empty and it's just really creepy and kind of eerie. But here, the prefecture, they had French fighters up in these windows shooting down at them. They also had Germans that were on the roofs of some of the places, but you have this plaque that was done on the 50th anniversary with this fancy little, but it's kind of cool. You have Marianne there from the side. They usually light this whole thing up too. It's all lit up in the French flag. Of course, on that night, on April 15th, during the fire, this was kind of Station Zero. This one was done on the 70th anniversary. I think maybe each of the presidents just want to make sure they had their name on the wall saying that they did it. I probably should use a crosswalk in front of the police station. I'm not really sure what is happening right now, but there's apparently go-karts. Say Mario and Luigi on them. Okay, there's no cars coming. It's red. Good. Everybody's so good, they wait. So here, yeah, here's the front of the Hotel Dieu. Let me take you down there to where the little door is. Look at that pub. It's like Dalton, Landon's pub. But they've opened up more of the Parve, of course. They've had it open like this for a while, though. Back in, I think it was February, we walked down here. See this top of the Pantheon. So there's two blue doors. There's one on either side. You could use one of those doors if you're lucky, push it open. Otherwise, you could use the front main door that's closed right now. Just look like you know what you're doing and where you're going, which is the key to just about everything in Paris. And just push your way in. You could kind of go, can you see through there? You see through the window, or you can see the arches. You kind of go to the left or to the right. I go to the left. That's the one that has the great view. The right would look in the wrong direction. But if you go in there, you can walk up. And I'll see if I have some pictures I could post that I taken from up there. Here she is. She's still here. They've completely covered the rose windows on either side from the top down with scaffolding. And get to get some barbed wire up there in case you got any crazy ideas. But they have all of these really great pictures by all students from the school of Notre Dame de France. Look at how cute that is with all their little names. That's really good too. And look at, they did all these ones. But I do love that they have all of the descriptions of the doors, because I love the doors. I have asked people that work there and like this guy that's an expert on Notre Dame, why the Portail de la Verge has that outline around the top. The only answer I've ever gotten is because it is a little bit shorter. So doing that makes it a little bit more the same size as the one on the right. I don't know if I believe it. But it's really cool. The center one is the Last Judgment. And that is the one that they actually at one point took out the center column. And so they actually had to replace that one. And then the Portail Saint Anne is the oldest because parts of the upper part of it were actually found on a church that was here before, Saint Etienne, Saint Stephen. So it's kind of cool. Nice and old. But it's really cool that it kind of explains all that. It's not easy to find that information. I had to take a online course through Yale. It's very warm in the sun. But look at this one's really good too. I'll get back farther so you guys could see. But you could see the prefecture has great vantage points. So the French fighters, if you see that movie, Paris is Burning, you see a lot of, it has like some video and pictures from that day. It also has a bunch of like major actors, which is kind of funny. But there you see the crypt, Notre Dame du Paris. There she is. So yeah, they have the windows on either side are completely covered up. The rose window on this side as well. But the front is still left pretty much intact. They had in there, in the crypt, they had some of the original photographs of Notre Dame. One of them taken without the spire, and one of them taken after the Duke had it added. He set up, the camera was set up in the prefecture behind us. Let's see. I think I saw a comment, but I can't see the, hang on. Is there time to stroll the Ile Saint Louis? I'm not sure because I don't know how long we have. Probably about 15 minutes. We could definitely walk over to the bridge, depending on how many people are going to be between here and there. Look at, there's people reading all about it. I love that. Only in France. And usually right now there's still not a ton of tourists. So when I went to the Carnavalet the other day, it was basically all French people, which I just love that they're interested in their own history. Oh, there's the open door. But I think I would be too conspicuous. But for a short period of time, they were allowing Americans to go in there to get their QR code. This might not be so easy, guys. But I've heard from a few people that now is not happening. Oh, I hear some singing. So here on the side, they have these really great photo essays. There's the Virgin saved in a box. I am going to head over to the Architecture Museum to go see all of the, oh my. Do you think he had a microphone or is he lip syncing? So this place was actually open the other day. So that's not too bad of a sign. You guys just want to see Saint-Régy, don't you? I know more than a few of you want to see Saint-Régy. Dawn and Carol, Ron and Debbie. To see there's like none of the scaffolding was here. I mean, granted, that was 18 months ago, but you can see the braces that they created for under the buttresses, which I just think are like amazing. And then you see, I don't know if you could, if I could, I don't know if I could zoom in on there, but you can kind of see how they then there's little boards sticking out from the top that they basically braced in there. Ron and Dawn are woodworkers and know all about that. That all of this scaffolding has now been taken down. They got all of that down after a long time. Look at that. There she is again. Now she's in Saint-Germain-l'Auxerrois. Oh, there's the braces before they put them in there. So yeah, could you imagine having to walk all the way up there? There's like an elevator, I think, on the other side. Oh, lots more people. Hang on. We go down to the very end as well. It's a great photo. But the stained glass windows, you see some of the stained glass windows there, but you might have been able to tell back there that some of the windows were gone and there was just like plastic sheeting and stuff up there. That was because the windows at the top had some damage from the heat, but the windows below were all in really good shape because they have probably decades and decades of dust on them. So they actually said that they were protected because they were covered with dust. So it's much better, thankfully. I got to come back and I got to try to find the cute face masks with the embroidered French flags all over them. Esmeralda's has not been open. It's also closed. I had somebody say, oh, well, you would think that they'd stay open because they were closed so much this year. Nope, that's not the way the French work. They still want their vacation. So last year when they were closed until like, what was it, June, July? I think it was July. They still closed a few weeks later and went on vacation. Oh. Oh, something's going on up here. Oh, it's some roller skating. Oh, or inline skating. Oh, I see some roller skates though. And some disco music. Heck yeah. Look at how cute they are. I'm clearly not using my time wisely here. I should be doing that. It's been a very long time since I was on my roller skates. Back when I wanted to be a professional roller skater when I was about 7. I let that dream pass. So of course, here we are. So the Fleur en Lille is where I always get my duck confit. But sadly did not have it. Very disappointed, but they've stretched out. Most everybody is. Oh, yeah. Everybody has stretched their terraces out as far as possible. This one here in the blue, not the greatest. The Saint-Régis, look at Saint-Régis, not that busy. What's going on with that? So there's everybody's beloved Saint-Régis. Maybe people just want to be out in the sun. I'm gonna take you down the street a little. Look, they have these cute little garlands going across the top. Sounds like they have a sale someplace out here. Bertillon is sold on like every 10 feet of the island. There's a lot of it here. I'll go down here where it's quieter. There's a couple of like secret restaurants down. I think it's the next row. But there's a couple of them. Oh, that's cute. A couple of the side streets have these like secret restaurants that you have to know somebody to be able to even go. And you can't find any information online. You can't find the menu or anything. You hear the disco music stuff. Oh, here's a great view of look at that. And it just like feeding the pigeons. Hang on. We're gonna move. We don't need pigeons. But there she is. You can see how much scaffolding goes all the way back and forth. They're still hoping to have it open by 2024, so you could at least go inside of it. But you can see the buttresses on this side also have all of the braces underneath it. A very, very large crane. Take a shower because of all of the lead. So here's cute little Yosemite. It's a very nice day today. It's, I'm sure, going to be a very nice sunset. So I'll try to get back out and get to the bridge tonight, Pont des Arts, and do a live video. If it looks like it's going to be a good sunset, I'll definitely do it. But look at that side has the big, deep, dark clouds. But hi, you guys have any questions? There's noise. Do you guys have any questions about things in, let's see what. The secret, that's about all I know about the secret restaurants because they are so secret. That is the deal. So there is, that's the thing. You can't, there's nothing to know about them other than that there are secret restaurants. So somebody asked me if I wanted to go, but you can't even find out like the cost or anything about it. And it's kind of, I think some of them are in like just in apartments. So they don't, you know, if they don't have a storefront. But I will see what else I could find out if my friend of mine knows anything more about it. Renovation, so they're doing special dinners at in the Palais Royal, and it's in an apartment there. It's called like the 22 Club, 21 Club, 22 Club. You can find theirs on Instagram, but they do dinners. I think for 20, I think it's 22 people, and so they do dinners in there that you could go to. And they had some openings last week on Friday, I think it was, and a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to go, but I had phone calls I had to make. So unfortunately they were scheduled. So, but I'm gonna try to go in there a different day because how fun would that be to go into Palais Royal and have dinner? But if when you come, Ellsworth is another restaurant of theirs and it is fantastic. It's also on Rue de Richelieu and it is fantastic. They have, everything is very small plates. They have this fried chicken. It's just like this little chunk of chicken, and a kid almost ran over me. And it is the most delicious chicken you've ever eaten in your life. It was so good. Of course, I have not been to Cocorico, which is the famous French chicken place. So everybody's coming down with their ice cream. So, and I think I'm gonna raise away. So I will leave you guys here and see you next week. Next week, we're gonna go over towards where Princess Diana sadly died. But it's close to the anniversary, so we're gonna go over there. We're gonna go see there's also the Theatre Champs-Élysées, which has the designs by Bordel on it. So we're gonna go check those out. So that'll be kind of fun. So make sure to join. And then also I was in the Louvre the other day and I made a video. I think I posted that one already, but nobody said anything to me. I was holding it with my hand. If I used this thing, they probably would freak out. But I was just holding it and nobody stopped me. So I think I get to do some of these. We could do them inside a museum. So if there's a museum you specifically want to see, let me know. Send me a email and or send me a message. I don't know if I'll be able to get to see the chat after, because usually I can on my computer, but I don't know if I will on here. So if in case I missed it, but send me a message and we could do some inside the museums, which would be kind of fun. And it'd be cool to go into the Louvre or the Orsay and do it because nobody did anything when I was in there. So, all right, you guys, thank you all so much. And I will see you this week. And make sure you follow my Instagram, which I'm sure all of you are, because I am posting tons and tons of videos and stuff every single day. And yeah, the wind is great. All right, thanks guys. See you later.